Hello, my gorgeous souls. So happy to have you back here at the channel, Aeipathy. I am here to do my second reading. If you are watching this when it has first been uploaded, it is only my second video. My debut was yesterday, um, and that went pretty well. I have to say that I enjoyed it a lot. I felt amazing after it was done. I've been feeling called to do this for a long time to share, you know, to share my insights, my gift with everyone, with the collective at a larger scale than independent readings, which is traditionally what I've done. And so this was a new endeavor that I've never delved into before, and I'm just giving it my sincerest effort. And I think that, yesterday's output was good. The only feedback I got from some people that I had view it, my soul family, if you will, was that I sounded a bit cheerful. And I think that honestly, what that was about was I was just really, really excited to do my very first video. But I am a naturally upbeat person. When I'm doing something I love, obviously, I'm going to sound super happy, and maybe that comes out a little overstated, but I will do my best to keep the energy pretty even today. However, I am very excited about this reading as well because this is another one of my favorites. I watch a lot of pick a pile, pick a card readings on YouTube myself. And aside from feelings, which feelings are, of course, super important for understanding the depth of your connection and, how your person truly, truly views the relationship and feels about the relationship, what emotions they're experiencing about you and about the connection, that's integral to understanding, if the connection's even there and, to what level. But beyond that, I think that what's most important for understanding in the connection when it comes to the real world kind of 3D potential of it is really the intentions. Because as much as someone can feel a whole lot, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to act on it. So with that said, intentions are so, so important for understanding, what this person is going to do essentially about the connection, what they desire to have, and what actions they're going to take to get it. So that's what I have for you today. Today's reading, what are their current intentions for you? Please understand too that energy is always transient. It's ever evolving and ever shifting. So this is getting a current snapshot of the energies, which can and likely will shift. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. I have 3 piles for you today. And what's great about these in particular is that they are all independently created. Now, the first pile, the Wandering Star Tarot, actually has since been released as a mass market edition. So that's the edition I have. Unfortunately, I missed out on this one, even though I buy so many independent decks. I didn't actually get a chance to get the independent version of this. So I will hopefully acquire that at some point. But the Wandering Star Tarot with this beautiful, hopefully you can see that, this beautiful piece of like a milky white stone. I'm not exactly sure what this one is. Trust me, I am working on my crystal knowledge, but this one eludes me a little bit. I just bought it because it just looks insanely gorgeous. And this little like band or ribbon of this gorgeous tan color reminds me of caramel. So that's why I decided to get that. Pile 2, we have a brand new tarot that I just received, which is the Pacific Northwest Tarot. And that's going to be with this piece of Amazonite. Pile 3 is another independent only deck. I've had this one for a little while. This is going to be the Midnight City Tarot. It's a fun one with this lepidolite heart. So take a moment to reflect over the piles. Go ahead and choose whichever one you're drawn to that calls to you. And I will see you at your pile. Okay, pile 1. Their intentions for you. You have chosen the Wandering Star Tarot, which is a beautiful deck that is both independent and now mass marketed on Amazon, which is so important, I think, when you can bring these beautiful, independently created, just unique decks to a broader audience for a little cheaper. Independent decks are amazing. I own quite a few, and I love collecting them. there's something extra special about those works. It depends. I've gotten a range of quality, to be quite honest, when I purchase Kickstarter decks, but this one in particular is just absolutely stunning. I actually wish I would have gotten the independent version of this deck, but unfortunately, I missed out on this one. So hopefully at some point in the future, I will acquire it. For now, I'm enjoying the mass marketed version and really, really loving the energy that this one gives off. It's so bright and colorful. 8 of Wands. We'll see if that's important later on. But these rainbow colors, all of this really just wonderful. There's a lot going on in each card here, which I love as well. I do not currently use reversals. I shuffle side by side like this as best as I can on camera, but I also go ahead and do a lot of shuffling and cleansing and preparing of the decks before I actually come on camera. I am mostly doing this additional shuffling for you on camera just for peace of mind, so that you know that the cards have been thoroughly vetted before I begin. But I do that because my hands are small and I just don't have the ability to riffle shuffle, nor do I really like to do that because I don't like to damage the decks, and I have seen too many decks that are clearly riffle shuffled because they'll bow out or they will be really, really in bad shape. And I like to protect my decks. They're my babies. So I shuffle this way, and I do not use reversals currently. Now, if ever a card happens to just fly out reversed, I will occasionally take that as it's stated because of the fact that I feel like it needs to be that way, and then I'll read it as such. But overall, we're going to keep things upright. My personal belief is that enough cards in this deck represent enough different things, have enough meanings in their upright positions, that we don't need to do it reversed. It seems to upset a lot of people, the reversals. It's not how I started reading anyway. It's not how I first learned, and so I just want to stay true to that for now, and maybe we'll change that in the future. Who knows? So we've got the Wandering Star Tarot. I'm also going to pull some oracle cards, so I'll go ahead and get those shuffled right now as well. We're going to be using, first of all, the Healers of the Earth Oracle, which is a wonderful deck that is independently created. And we'll be pulling some insight on their actions with that deck. And then for guidance and advice, we'll be pulling from Chris Ann's Sacred Creators Oracle. This also comes in both an indie and mass market version, and when that's the case, I usually own both, and in this case, I do. The independent version is stunning. I'm using the mass marketed one though today. It's a little easier. So there we go. All right, pile one. Set that aside. Get situated here. Get comfortable, and let's begin. So for pile one's person, what are their intentions, their current intentions, Spirit, for pile one? We have the Two of Wands. Where are we at here? Okay. And we have the Ten of Wands. What I love about this deck too is that I don't know if you can see, but there's all of these keywords. So all of those keywords there that really kind of help, especially when you're mostly reading intuitively based. Knight of Wands. And the Ten of Cups. I have to say, this is some beautiful, beautiful energy already. Clarifying. We have the World. Oh my goodness. We have the Creator. It's also called the No card, and that's unique to this deck. We have the Tower. There's some big energies. I'm actually shaking as I'm pulling these cards. I wasn't shaking before, and I'm getting very, very nervous now. Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck energy is going to be, oop, there we go, the Fool. Hopefully you can see that. I'll set that there. With the setup today, it's a little difficult for me. It's a little different than what I've had previously. So I'm trying to navigate how to best do this and be able to still see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and just shift that a little bit there. And I'm going to, do I have some room? I think I have some room. I have some room for some oracle cards right away. Let's go ahead and pull. What is pile one's person's actions and intentions for them in this connection, Spirit? Meeting your twin. I'll read those fully in a little bit. Dolphin song. Forest afire. Oh God, you guys, I'm sorry. Between the wobbly camera and me shaking, this is gonna be a fun ride. I'm very jittery energy about this reading. The energy here is insane. And we have fruitful labors. Whew. Let's make sure everything is in shot. And I think everything can get slid up just a little bit so that there's more room. Can we see it all a little bit better now? There we go. I feel like that looks pretty good. Okay, so give me just a moment to tune into the energies of this pile. Immediately with the Two of Wands, I think of a decision that needs to be made. This very well could involve more than one person. We've gotten several indicators of possibly a wife energy with the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups referencing a family, representing a family. And we have a lot of new energy, the underlying energy being the Fool card. And this card in particular says potential, risk, innocence, desire, purity as well. Being card 0, it's the very beginning, it's the inception of something. And I do feel like there is something that needs to begin. There's also something clearly that needs to close out as well. The World card symbolizes completion and success, and kind of like a happy ending or a happy, pleasant closure to something long-standing that needs to or is coming to an end, a natural end. With the Two of Wands, though, this tells me that this person actively needs to choose this. They need to choose to close out a major cycle of their life before they can begin anew. And the reason why they haven't done this yet is because Ten of Wands, it's very, very challenging for them. It's a struggle for them to decide to take that leap, as of now I'm hearing, and to push through everything that will need to be cleared out of their path in order to come and make their way to you. I'm also seeing and can't help but noticing, in this card, the person is bound. They've got all of these flames and just really kind of disastrous looking energy behind them. Real danger, in fact, And I believe that their obstacles are real. They're not just their own independent sense of lack or belief system. These represent real life obstacles that they're facing. So as much as they want to have this kind of happy ending or a successful closure out to something so that they can begin anew with you, right now they're really struggling to see a way that they can safely and successfully achieve this. The creator card no is really interesting for me. I'm being drawn to the lightning bolts, which again just references to me this idea of like shock and of destruction or of upset, of something jarring, of something that, you know, doesn't feel good. It'll lead to a lot of good, but right now it doesn't feel entirely good. Those same lightning bolts and flames are featured in the tower, and that's clarified by the Knight of Wands, which is a card of, going for something, of wanting to really take things to the next level and reach out. And, when I hear reach out, I think reach out into the world and begin their life anew, to again start over fresh, to do something differently, to have a new beginning, to take the bull by the horns and to just pursue life with gusto. I'm hearing. I don't say that, so that's interesting. But to do that will represent a lot of upheaval for them in their life. I find that this is interesting, that the card 23, Forest of Fire, is coming out directly beneath this Knight of Wands in this fiery tower. Forest of Fire, passion, aliveness, flashes of inspiration. So this person feels this. They feel pulled to you. They feel called to do this, to take these steps, to make this decision. Something's telling them no, though, right now. I believe they're listening to their intuition with dolphin song, listening, guidance, and clairaudience. Hopefully you can see that. Beautiful card with those dolphins. Right now their intuition, or what they believe is their intuition, is telling them this can't happen, at least not right now. In reality, what's occurring is that this person is very much operating out of fear, but it's not overthinking. It's more a visceral, I need to protect my safety. I need to protect the security of something in my life from being destroyed, from I need to protect something from being tainted, or I need to protect myself. There's a level of self-preservation here. So they feel like they're being guided, that they shouldn't take this step. And really they are being encouraged to grow with this Fruitful Labors card: growth, birth, manifestation, and a harvest. They want this. They want to have that growth potential with you. Their intentions are to grow with you. They do look to eventually take action. There's so much fire energy here, just even between the actual, wands cards that are presenting, but then also this big energy of flames and fire and lightning, electricity. There's a lot of really driven energy here to move things forward. And they know that you are their counterpart. They have this really beautiful, beautiful kinship with you. Now this says meeting your twin. You can release those titles if those don't serve you. If they do, that can be a sort of a confirmation to you. But it just says like attracts like, a kindred spirit in a mirror. And truly, a lot of people we encounter in our lives are mirrors. They're meant to help us grow, opportunities for growth and learning. But this specifically is referencing a connection, a soul tie at that level. That they know they need to choose that. They need to choose that. And I think that they're going to make that decision. With the World card, I do think it may take a little bit of time. They're really bound right now. They're really stuck in something. They really want to push through. But notice how with this particular card, unlike the Rider-Waite version, she's stuck. She's not pushing through. She's not holding the wands. The wands are not in her court, in her corner. She doesn't have the ability to make that decision. She's not holding those wands. She's bound by them. So there's a situation here that they're really tied to, or they're really tied down by, and that's preventing them from doing what they want to do right now, which I believe they will do in the future, which is to come towards you, to give you this 10 of Cups, to give you this beautiful, loving energy of a family. Queen of Pentacles, they see you as this beautiful partner, you know, this person who has everything that they could possibly imagine wanting. Putting gender aside, you know, a Pentacles court person is going to be somebody who's incredibly balanced and grounded, and who is in their power, and who has a lot to give, who's worthy of receiving, who adds value to the world in this person's eyes, and that's you. So they want this with you, but again, I'm getting a deep sense also that this may already be somebody. They may already be tied to somebody, either legally, financially, romantically. There may be children involved, but there's definitely some type of karmic energy here that needs to clear out. You know, think of the world as the ultimate closure of karma, a lesson 100% being completed, or a period of time in life being 100% completed and done. And that's yet to happen. But they want this new beginning, pile one. This is really looking incredible. There's nothing about this person's confidence level or depth of emotion for you or anything along those lines that says, you know, I don't want this. They want this. They definitely want this, and they want to and are planning to take that action. It doesn't appear to be something that they can do right now. I'm going to go ahead and read from the book directly for this, the Creator No card, because I believe it will have some significance for you. I'm actually feeling that that's something important to read and extend to you as the author's message, the Creator's message about this card. It says, the Creator. The Creator card signifies that there is a powerful energy brewing in the atmosphere around you. And I do feel that. I feel that this energy, these flames, are going to grow higher and higher. It's going to start to really burn and sting if they stay in one place. You know, the lightning is going to strike down on that tower. This energy is going to dissolve and be rebirthed regardless. It may feel overwhelming and tinged with undertones of darkness. Indeed, you may feel the urge to run and find shelter from this storm. But trust that you are ready to transmute this force into something that will propel you forward on your path. This card is also here to remind you of the power of the word no. No to things that overwhelm or undermine. No to people who drain your life source. No to thoughts that drag you into despair. You are mightier than you think, and a glimmer of faith paired with solid intention can give you the power to harness lightning. And isn't that wonderful how much lightning came through? Each day you have the choice to be the victim of fear and circumstance or the creator of a new consciousness. Choose wisely. And I think that that's important. It's a very empowering statement to say we can choose to be a victim of circumstance. So this person's circumstance is truly their real world obstacles presenting. They can choose to, you know, be slave to that, to sacrifice their happiness for that, or they can choose to step into empowerment and not be held back by fear or this need and misguided desire to hold back because they're needing to preserve something, they're needing to safeguard something. You know, by protecting in this way that they're doing this energy is also very restrictive. It's resistant. It's not going with the flow of this Fool energy that they feel and want to take action on, which is to be with you, to create this new beginning. Saying no. I think it's important that they have to tell somebody no. They have to make a decision to say, I'm no longer going to be a part of something, or I'm letting something go for good. And I think that's really hard for them right now. But they're going to do this, pile one. I really feel like they will take action. There's so much driven energy here. It's just a matter of time. So what can you do in the meantime? What guidance do we have for you on how you can best manage this situation? Maybe while you're waiting for this person to make that decision, while you're hanging tight for cycles to complete themselves and close out. What can you do to best support this connection and yourself? We have Create Alchemy. These cards are so great. Cozy Up with Risk. And it's interesting you got this card because this is the one card in this particular mass market version that came a little damaged, defective. The top is cut off. Maybe there's a few cards like that, but not many. So cozy up with risk. Success and transformation. And rise. Creator fire is on the bottom. If you can see that. Whoop, there we go. Whew. So much fire in this reading. So much passion. So much liveliness and desire and action-oriented energy. Cozy up with risk. It's the only red card, and it's again giving me this feeling, this, you know, it's evoking for me this idea of, you know, fire once again, having that fiery energy, cozy up with risk. So, you know, pile one, you need to be content with the state of the connection right now as it is. It's risky. I feel like it's risky for you too. There's an element of something could possibly be taboo about this, or it could just be something that, you know, I'm sensing that there is emotional risk for you more than anything. You know, there's emotional risk and potential for loss, a big potential for loss. I feel like you consider this and you think about this a lot, and you question, you wonder if this person is sincere in this energy, because they have said no. You know, they have communicated, whether in words or actions, that they're not taking action right now just yet. They're not making that decision just yet. So there is risk involved, but you can trust that and you can cozy up with it, which means that you can become comfortable with something that traditionally is uncomfortable. And we all know that energy, you know, controls everything. So leading with a stable, confident, aligned energy will allow this situation to naturally shift into a state of empowerment, because your person feels it and they're there and they're ready. You know, you create that alchemy. You continue to show up in this connection in a balanced way. Your person will continue to show up in a balanced way as much as they can. You continue to accept things as they are and allow them to transform. Success and transformation. Allow them to naturally progress under no pressure or resistance. You know, they will begin to transform. The transformation card is also coming up over this Tower energy. Big changes are coming, you know, that action is going to occur. No one knows when the Tower is coming down, but it's coming. And then you'll rise, and then everything will fall into place. I'm feeling like this is when rise represents transcendence of maybe a really heavy energy previously that you were dealing with. Maybe the risk is that you're a third party to a family situation and you're waiting on this person to make a decision about that. Maybe the risk is also that you have to decide if you want a new life with this person. But as you decide and make a conscious effort every day to stay in a positive mindset about this, regardless of the circumstances, again, with this Creator No card, don't live in fear. Live in a state of transcending those circumstances, that heavy emotion, and just rise above, and you'll see that everything really will transform. So pile one, I really hope that this has helped you. This is a really lighthearted energy in terms of how the person is, I think, viewing the connection. There's so much positivity here with these, you know, family cards, with this, you know, this world energy, this wife energy, or, you know, spouse energy, with all of these wonderful, wonderful, you know, there's just so much here that speaks to positivity and to potential and to seeing that and feeling it. At the same time, you know, I just think that it's going to take time, but there's enough fire already brewing that it can get it can get things cooking, can get them working. So I'm sending you lots of love, lots of great vibes about this situation for your connection, that it always be protected and in a positive, aligned state that allows you so much joy and happiness. And if you've liked this video, I really do invite you to please go ahead and actually like it. Click share, subscribe. That'll give you a notification every time I post. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Pile 2. Hello. I am so happy to have you here. You have chosen this gorgeous Pacific Northwest Tarot. I'm excited to use this. It's the first time I'm actually using it on camera. It's a brand new deck I just got. It's stunning. These black edges, this like beautiful kind of wildlife theme to it. It's called the Northwest Pacific Tarot because it features Northwestern area animals that are indigenous to that region. And it's beautifully done. I have a favorite card in this deck. We'll see if it comes out. But I had to get it when I saw this particular card. It was just absolutely stunning. It spoke to me. I've never been to the Northwest. I can't say that I necessarily have a sincere interest in going, but it might be nice after getting this deck, which I have upside down. Let's make sure that's right side up because I don't read reversals. I definitely have a new appreciation for this particular area after purchasing this tarot. And that's what I think is so lovely about this too, is this idea that, these artists bring us all of these different renditions of the same, basic system of tarot. And we have a new appreciation for whatever it is that they choose to highlight within their individual work. So that's pretty. I've also chosen the Amazonite, which is gorgeous and paired perfectly with this deck. Today we are asking, what are your person's current intentions and next actions for you in this connection? We're going to also pull some oracle cards for you. We'll pull from the Healers of the Earth Oracle to get their current intentions, and we'll pull from the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann to get guidance. So, I don't know how this happened, but for some reason, some of these cards are coming out looking reversed. So if they come out reversed, I will flip them upright because I don't truly use reversals. So if you see that, I'll just flip them upright. If they come out upside down and reversed, but I don't feel the need to really use reversals. I feel like there's enough individual meanings of the cards in each deck that they can be adequately read upright. It's the way I started reading, and I'll continue that for now. That may change in the future, but it also seems to make a lot of people anxious and unsettled. So we don't want to make anybody upset. We want to make everybody feel happy and joyful and empowered and in the know. Give you clarity. So let's get started. Pile 2's person. Spirit, what is Pile 2's person's intentions and next actions for them, please? We have a 10 of Pentacles. That is incredible. Way to start. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to go with that's the 9 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles, if you can believe it. Oh, the earth energy here is just like phenomenal. We also have clarifying the Ten of Wands. The Moon. The High Priestess. And the Nine of Swords. Underlying energy at the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. We'll set that right there. Just want to make sure that everything is in shot. Oh, beautiful. This is literally perfect. I love that. Let's go ahead and take some oracle cards right away. I think we have some room. And we're asking the Healers of the Earth Oracle, what is Pile 2's person's intentions currently for them in this connection? The Intangible, card 0. I'll read those fully, the keywords, as we get to them. We have Hindsight, 2020. Moon Magic. And Seer of Souls. And once again, gonna just make sure you can see if everything is in shot here. It's pretty good. Okay, Pile 2. Pile 2, the energy here is a little heavier than Pile 1. There's a lot of earth energy with all of these pentacles presenting. In fact, every single card in the initial spread is this pentacles material 3D basis energy. And then we have a lot of heavier energy coming out in the clarifiers. But, you know, ultimately with the 10 of Pentacles, what I feel this person's intentions are is to work through any sort of obstacles to attain this level of kind of total life happiness with you. We think of the 10 of Cups card as, say, emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Pentacles would represent both emotional fulfillment and material abundance. So kind of like that total package, that happy family, everything is right with the world. With the 10 of Wands, and I believe this is probably an elk or a moose. It's one of those two. You know, it's a very assertive animal. Those antlers are definitely meaning business. And you know, even though this person is this animal, even though this individual animal is, you know, so strong and has so many defenses and so much ability to take on, you know, almost anything in their path, you see that they're very much so in a non-defensive stance. They have their head down. I wouldn't say it's conceding defeat necessarily. Their body is still up and ready to go, but they are taking a rest. They're taking a break. I feel like things have become overwhelming in the 3D for them. And they want a new start. You know, they want to provide that new start, but they don't know how to achieve that with the moon. The moon here is shining so brightly with this beautiful, beautiful watery energy just beneath in the night sky. There's a lot of illumination here. It makes me think that while this person may be slightly confused, they're also receiving a lot of insights right now, a lot of intuitive hits and impressions about your connection. I feel like that's confirmed with the High Priestess energy. There's definitely a lot of growth that this person needs to do independently. And in fact, we do see some independent energies. We see 9s, we see 2s, which is, you know, the High Priestess representing inaction, possible silence, a little bit of a mysterious factor where things are not entirely known currently in the real world. Again, that's pretty much where your person is at, is in the 3D and in the real world. And all of this kind of deeper energy where intuition meets anxiety and meets kind of some inner fatigue, all of that is kind of underlying and belies the main energy of them trying to push forward and push through in the 3D. But I've got to be honest, Pile 2, the Nine of Pentacles to me says it's a very independent energy that is needing to occur right now for this person to regain stability before they can come together in the 3, before they can have this collective, collaboration with you, before they can commune with you. The idea of doing that for some reason and either putting this out in public, making this official, there's something about that gives them a lot of anxiety. And what's interesting about this particular card in this deck, it's a rattlesnake. The Nine of Swords in this deck represents real fear, a real threat. In the Rider-Waite Smith deck and tarot system, the Nine of Swords often represents this idea of fear, but it's almost, it could even be like overstated fear. Anxiety is not usually rooted in reality, and it represents a lot of anxiety overall. But with this card, this is showing this person has real fear because of a legitimate threat or potential threat that exists in coming together with you. So they're not, their intentions, quite honestly, are not to take the action at this time. Long-term goals are to come together with you in union and to have that happy family, and they want that new beginning, but they're still kind of coming into the knowing of that, and they're still deciding and figuring out and being given kind of insight from spirit on how to move that forward. The clarity that they're needing isn't totally there yet, but they're coming along. The underlying energy of the reading being the Page of Wands, they have a lot of passion for you, a lot of desire. I think they actively try to show up for you as much as they can, despite these obstacles, despite whatever may be taking place in their 3D world that, prevents them from fully showing up for you. I still think they try to come forward and they try to, I'm hearing, just support you, be there for you as much as they can. But there's so much about their life right now that's intangible and unknowable, indeterminate, formless, unknowable. And it's coming up right underneath this Ten of Pentacles. So to me, that says that there's just so much desire here, almost like a long-standing dream that they really want to have this wonderful, completion with you, this completely abundant life with you, but they don't know how to achieve that. It's not clear to them yet. So they're taking a break right now. You may be in contact with this person. You may be communicating, but I don't think it's, I don't know that it's consistent, or they're probably showing up in little bit of an unstable energy. Hindsight 2020, isolate, 6 feet. It's very apt right now. There we go. Lesson learned, realization, and discernment. They're coming into those realizations, and the moon can definitely be about kind of retreating and reflecting independently. They're coming into some realizations. I want to clarify because I'm a clarifier. I love the few readers that I watch on YouTube myself. When they go to clarify something that I'm like, oh, I just want to know a little bit more. It makes it feel a little bit more personal, number one. And it just, I don't know, it just does something for me. And I'm a big clarifier in my own personal readings and, and what I do off camera. So I like to do that for my viewers too. What is this Hindsight 2020 about? What are they realizing or learning? What awareness are they coming into with the Hindsight 2020 card? The Hierophant. The Three of Cups. And the Sun. But the Sun did come out reversed. I said that sometimes I do take those energies if I feel called to, and the Three of Swords also came out in reverse. I do think that there is possibly another connection here. We're getting multiple indicators of that. Now we have the Three of Pentacles out. We also have this Three of Cups out. We have the Hierophant here, which can represent a commitment, a marriage, if even. And we have the Three of Swords as well, but that's in reverse. And that's telling me that they're holding on to the pain. I think they're sitting in that. With this type of a card displaying as it is, how we have this bird that's just, they look lifeless, honestly. If we put it, you know, upright, it's dead. It doesn't look alive. But we have it reversed and it just looks entirely lifeless either way. And then we've got those three swords kind of jutting upwards. I don't think of this particular card in this deck as the swords falling out and that pain being released. I'm really feeling that as they're holding on to it and they're carrying that burden with that Ten of Wands. And the sun also came out reversed. And the sun is about not seeing the light yet, not seeing fully the light of day. They're stuck in this moon energy. They're stuck in this energy, a little bit of turmoil or darkness. They have too much going on in their 3D world. It could be the breakup of a relationship. It could be a loss. It could even be a death of somebody. But they can't find their light right now. Moon magic, though, another reference to the moon. Sleep, dreams, rhythms, and cycles. So this person will get their energy back, I'm feeling. They'll get a little bit more ability to come forward in a concrete way in the future. Their intentions are good, but it's riddled with anxiety right now and fear. And the Seer of Souls, sensitivity, empathy, and understanding. You know, they know what you're wanting. And I think that also causes some level of angst for them because they know that you want to have this beautiful union, that you want to come together with them in a partnership, but to be seen in the world, not just have the connection, but to express it and to honor it in a real 3D way that gives you everything, not just some things or a little bit, but the whole package, that Ten of Pentacles. So unfortunately, I don't see them coming forward right now with any concrete action, pile 2. I'm really sorry about that, but at the same time, I think that this person's really needing their personal time to reflect with the moon, to you know, come to a center, a recentering and a rebalancing from within. And when they come to center and they align themselves, they'll be able to once again be in this moon magic energy where, you know, they'll cycle back around and things will be okay. If they're isolating from you, if they're not speaking to you, or contact and communication is very limited, very restricted or sporadic, you know, Page of Wands energy as well, which can definitely represent communication. I do think that they'll communicate with you soon. And they do still want to show up for you as much as they can. They just need to focus more on themselves right now. I'm going to go ahead and get some guidance for you from the Sacred Creators Oracle. For pile 2's person, or pile 2, excuse me, for pile 2, what guidance do you have, Spirit, on what pile 2 can do to best move through this connection, support it, support its continued progression, support themselves, support their person? What do they need to be doing right now? We have gratitude again. Celebrate your wins. I'm feeling this means individually. Celebrate what is going well in your life, because that abundant energy will help to make their abundance flow as well. Mirrored souls, mirrored energy. Prosperity, sisters, are happiness and joy. Again, staying upbeat, uplifted. Staying in a state of appreciation. Success and transformation. And that came out in pile 1 as well. I used to love the word gratitude. And then I came to know what it really represents. Oop, right there. And for me, with the law of attraction, gratitude actually represents, well, the intention behind the word gratitude is to be appreciative, to be thankful. Gratitude itself almost references this idea of we are so happy to have something that we didn't deserve, but we're graced with. And instead, we deserve everything. So we should be appreciative and we should be thankful. Think of this energy as just expressing that sincere and deep appreciation for life. That's really the key to everything and keeping the energy and the momentum going. Celebrate your wins, pile 2. You need to feel secure in your own life. You cannot, as much as it's difficult not to. I'm sure you're anxious too, but you cannot focus on this person, especially if they're hands off right now. If they're kind of in their own energy, isolating, if they're, again, hands off and silent or minimally engaged with you, you can't allow that to affect you so much. You've got to continue to feel that your life is abundant regardless of if they're in it and to what extent they're in it. Prosperity's sisters are happiness and joy, and this is exactly what I've been saying. So the guidance for you is to continue to express that appreciation, to have that happiness, because appreciation and thankfulness, feeling the positive feelings about whatever it is that you already have in your life and however your life is already reflecting to you, the experiences you're having, the state that things are in, that creates happiness and joy, and that allows more prosperity and abundance to enter. There will be success and transformation. I do think eventually this is possible. This coming together is possible, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. There's going to be big shifts if this person, and if you even in terms, of things with this connection, can get their anxieties, get the anxiety and the fear under control about being tied to the outcome of what happens here, and just allow, respect the space, allow both individuals, you and your counterpart, to transform. There will be success in that if you do. So pile 2, I hope that was helpful for you. I know that wasn't perhaps what you wanted to hear, but at some level I think that you knew that that's what was going on currently with your person. They are struggling a little bit, but not horribly so. I mean, I don't see an ending. I don't see them cutting things off. I see them just being a little confused, needing to just take some time. And their current intentions are a little bit more self-focused, but trust that serves you as well. If it's a soul connection, then that means the mirrored energy is going to be beneficial for you too, for you both to focus independently right now. I hope that this helped you, provided clarity and peace. If you liked the reading, I would be so honored for you to consider subscribing to my channel. I'm very, very brand new. I'm a newborn baby, but I plan to bring videos to you guys every day if I can, at least for now in the beginning. And if you go ahead and subscribe, then you'll get a notification every time I post. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm sending you lots of love and good positive vibes about your connection, that it will shift and that it will become everything you want it to be in a future energy. And for now, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, you have chosen probably my personal favorite. So these purple hues are just giving me a lot of vibes right now. The Lepidolite Heart, gorgeous and stunning. And the Midnight City Tarot, an independent deck that I got this past summer. And I've yet to use it on camera because I am brand new. I just said in pile 2, I'm like a newborn baby. So it's going to take some time for me to obviously build up my following. But if you're seeing this video at the time that it is first being recorded and shared, I am brand new. You are only on video 2. And there's lots of great stuff for you guys to see. Lots of wonderful energy and insights I want to bring forward, and lots of wonderful decks I want to share too. I do like to get independent decks as much as I can. This is one of the really great quality ones and really unique as well. As soon as I saw this, I was just like, oh, I'm really attracted to the color purple. I love purple. And there's just so much good stuff going on in this deck. If you've chosen this one today, I have a feeling this is going to be a good reading. But we'll see. We are asking today, What are your person's current intentions for you in this connection? We're going to go ahead and get tarot cards. And then I also have 2 oracle decks for you today. We have the Healers of the Earth Oracle, which I will pull from for getting clarification on your person's current intentions and next actions for you in the connection. And we will also then get some cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann, another favorite and another independent. These are all independent decks I'll be using here for guidance for you. So let's begin. I've said this in each pile today, so I'll just go ahead and say it. I don't take reversals unless for some reason the deck gets all messed up somehow, like in pile 2, and cards come out reversed. I sometimes will take them if they come out that way, but normally, as a general practice and rule, Tower and 3 of Swords. We'll see if those are relevant. Generally speaking, I don't like to use reversals. It's just not how I read, not how I feel most comfortable reading. I definitely feel like there are enough cards in the deck with enough different meanings that we can get a pretty good picture without using the reversals. Of course, you know, it also makes some people a little anxious to see those reversed cards. And we don't want to make anyone upset. We want to make everybody feel good and empowered about their connections and their person. May use reversals in the future. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But for now, we're gonna stick to the traditional upright way. So, all right here, pile 3's person. How is or not how, but what are pile 3's person's intentions and next actions towards them? What are they? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Bring that down a little bit. We have Queen of Pentacles. Pile 3's person's intentions. 3 of Swords. I told you that was likely relevant. Came out for us here. The 9 of Wands. Clarifying intentions for pile 3. Pile 3's person, next actions and intentions. The 3 of Wands. Somebody's planning something. There are big energies coming out here, guys. I knew this was going to be a good reading. I just felt it. These cards are phenomenal. Knight of Pentacles for the Queen of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune for the 3 of Swords. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. This is great. This is so great. I am loving it already. I haven't even death. Oh, good card, by the way. Good card. No worries. And the bottom of the deck energy is the Fool. Fantastic. The Fool was the bottom of the deck underlying energy in pile 1, I believe, as well. All these cards look pretty good. They are in shot. I just want to move them up slightly so we have enough space. I apologize. I'm sniffling. I'm not sick or anything, but I just feel I need to do that right now. I'm just going to go with it. My first video yesterday, pile 1 was a really heavy pile, and I kept sighing. I kept going like, you know, I seem to, you know, get into the flow of the reading and, you know, just have certain things happen that don't happen to me any other time. So I'm just going to go with it. It means something, right? We're going to go ahead. I'm feeling out of breath with this, though. That's what I'm feeling with this pile, is like almost like a pressure. There's a pressure to act. As positive as it looks, I'm definitely feeling out of breath. That could be why I'm also sniffling. Breathing issues could be relevant for this person. It could be a runner. They could be running away. I mean, they could have ran away. I mean, there's definitely some element of like pressure and breath and all kinds of things like that. We're going to go ahead and pull from the Healers of the Earth Oracle. What are pile 3's person's intentions for pile 3, please? We have, I'll show you, Feng Shui Butterfly. I'll read those in their entirety when we get to them. They have keywords. which is great for clarifying actions. Feeling numb. I think that could even be what this is here that I'm feeling, is just like a panic. Like I'm not afraid. I'm not feeling scared, but I'm feeling like winded, out of breath, and just heaviness on my chest for sure. Really, really heavy. Cleansing that's needed right now. I think that's actually what's occurring right now and what's going to be shifting for this connection. And this is a funny one. Interesting. Fungi funeral. Let me just go ahead and check once again that all of these cards are in shot. I'm doing my best here. You know, these might be a little... There we are. Oh, just a moment. We're just adjusting. No worries at all. Okay, we're set. So pile 3, there's been a separation, a breakup, a loss of some kind here involving your person. And I do think that they're the ones who stepped away from you. I think that they're very afraid to come back because it would mean big changes for them if they do. I'm jumping all over, but I'm going where I'm guided to go. So death being one of the only 2 majors in this entire spread, and both majors are clarifying other energies. But, you know, death to me represents this idea of a total transformation and literally something dying off so that something else can be reborn. When you think of fungi, funeral, death, there's a definite tie here to something ending, something needing to be moderated. It says moderation, sobriety, and healthy choices. So there's something going on, I think, separately in this person's life. It could be literal, it could be health issues, or it could be something as simple as, you know, a situation that doesn't serve them any longer, that's unhealthy, that they need to get out of, and they know that big shift has to happen. As an intention, the 9 of Wands says that you know, they're willing to face it, but they're a little skittish right now. They're a little afraid. They want to come back, and they want this new beginning with you, this Ace of Pentacles energy. That's what they're actually planning. They're planning for change. It says change, renewal, releasing obstructions. So yeah, they're letting something go. They're letting something die off. They're planning this new beginning with you. That's something that's, I think, occurring literally right now in the works. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't even hear from them. Sometimes 3 of Swords for me can even represent communication. And with the Wheel of Fortune as the clarifier and cleansing, purification, detoxification, and release, this is telling me that anything that's been stuck, feeling numb and stuck for a minute, you know, is going to release, and that wheel is going to turn, and the luck is going to shift, and everything's going to feel cleansed and peaceful. There's going to be healing from this loss, from this really deep, hurtful energy. I think, again, that they pulled away. And when I felt that heaviness earlier, that pressure, and almost like out of breath, I think they ran away. And I think that they felt so much, they either felt so much stress, feeling numb, severe stress, disassociation, and shock. They either felt so stressed about leaving, and I think they did either way, but I think there also could have been a precipitating event that led to this, where they needed to step away, and they were almost acting unlike themselves, and they just fled, you know. But either way, this being apart from you has also led to this state of numbness. You know, they're not happy with how things are right now. I would say this is probably most likely a no contact situation. If you're in contact and things are pretty good with your person, my suggestion would be probably to watch pile 1. If there's a third party, I would say pile 1 could be relevant to you. There is reference to a possible individual here, a Queen of Pentacles energy, which For me, as intentions with the Knight of Pentacles actually says more about what they want for you, which is, spousal energy. Again, this idea of seeing your potential and your worth and wanting to show up for you, wanting to move this forward, into this energy of a new beginning, of giving to you physically and materially speaking, to make this connection abundant again. But this also could reference just an undercurrent of maybe there is somebody else. We do have multiple threes here, and those could always represent a third party. And if it's not a person, it can represent an energy, a karmic energy, a karmic cycle or tie. Can also just be an energy of an obstacle. It doesn't have to be an individual who's a romantic partner. This could even be a mother figure or a grandma figure. I usually get Queen of Cups for motherly, and I've actually pulled Queen of Pentacles to be like a grandmother or somebody who's a very wise, grounded energy in their life. It could also be a spouse. Just saying. But their intentions are they're planning currently to have this new beginning with you, and they're figuring out how to achieve that. What changes need to be made, and they know what obstacles have to be released. But I think specifically I'm drawn to what changes have to occur. That's what I'm feeling is the biggest shift that's ongoing right now is figuring out what change needs to happen and take place. To be able to give to you, to be able to show up for you in a concrete way, whether it's slow energy or not. The Knight of Coins is pretty slow, but we can see in this card what's wonderful about this. Let me go ahead and pick this up and show you. This individual is actually in motion. They're on the stairs. They're not simply standing still. Even though it's slow, the movement's already begun in this connection for things to shift and for those intentions to be realized and manifested. The Three of Swords, they want to heal any sort of disconnect, or I'm hearing just a breakdown, a breakup, a breakdown of the connection, because they do feel this is destined. The Wheel of Fortune has this destiny and fated quality to it that I believe that they recognize. And so with that, they're wanting so much to have this shift, to have everything cleansed and purified and just almost like a do-over, a start over. But they're a little hesitant, they haven't taken that action. There's a lot of earthly energy here, which is very slow. It's steady and slow, but it takes a while to develop. And I think that that's because there is some big major change or transformation that needs to occur and be occurring, happening and releasing, or dying off and being rebirthed in the new form that it needs to take. I love that in this picture of this funeral card that there's butterflies, because butterflies are such a beautiful card of transformation as well. So tying into that death card also, they're a wonderful sign of newness and rebirth, and how beautiful something can be, even though it may seem tragic or violent even, like the butterfly goes into the chrysalis, the cocoon, or they become the chrysalis from the cocoon, and they dissolve, like their tissues and everything dissolve so they can transform and become this butterfly. And their life needs to literally become something entirely different than what it looks like right now. Change, purification, moderation, healthy choices, death, this idea of a complete new beginning or start over. They want this new life. That's their intention, is to give you this new life, because they want that with you. They want you as their Queen of Pentacles. If they already have a spouse, I would say their focus is on you and on giving you that material abundance. And I do think that that's part of maybe what this breakdown could have been, is not being able to give to you materially in the three world as much as they wanted to. There's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of pain tied to the loss of this connection or this disconnect, but they have a lot of desire to give to you in the real world, and I do think that they intend to do that soon. Let's go ahead and pull some energy from the Sacred Creator's Oracle on what you can do to best move forward. What's going to support things? Changes. You can't make this up. I love how things tie in. So what energy, advice, guidance, what needs to be occurring right now for pile three to get this connection moving forward, to support this connection, to support their person? I didn't word it this way with the other piles, but I'm wording it as energy here because I do feel like there's some energetic, I'm hearing like actions, decisions, judgment that need to occur on your side too. Magic happens when you most expect it. Now that's an interesting take because normally it's the opposite, they say. What else? What else? Inflow with money. So some of these changes need to be material, with your own abundance, with you getting secure before this person can come in. And we have the Creator Water. I'm going to put that to the side because that's not really an advice card. That's more just the overall energy. Overall energy of the reading. Fearless expression. So pile 3. Changes need to occur. Your person is releasing and changing, and you're mirroring that energy. You're making changes yourself, and I think that those changes for you are also material in nature, and they also are going to be something that has to shift in your 3D reality first before you'll see more energetic rebalancing within this connection in the 3D. It's almost like you're changing, they're changing. There's a lot going on beneath the surface energetically, which is why I said, what energy needs to change? Well, the energy itself needs to change for you. There needs to be more abundance. And if those things occur, that will shift and allow this to manifest in the 3D as well and to come back into your life in a more balanced, aligned way. Magic happens when you most expect it. And ideally, that is what we would like to have, right? We're mostly told magic happens or something happens when you least expect it, when you're not looking for it. But in fact, I think the opposite. Law of attraction says that, your energy, your focus is what you attract. So what you think about. Now, don't think about it to the extent that you resist it because you're too focused and then you're having the lack feelings because you don't have it. But if you can just very positively focus on what it is you want, you can have it. You can have it when you want. And if you make these changes and you're doing good for yourself and you are creating the shifts in your own life, the wheel is turning in your own life that needs to happen, you can expect wonderful things to occur as a result in this connection. Inflow with money is speaking to, I think, a material concern that maybe perhaps you have. There could be a job loss for you or just an overall sense of lack. I think to a point, you've wanted this person to provide a sense of material security for you, perhaps purchasing a house for you too, or just being there for you in a material way. Again, I said earlier that I think this person is not able to show up for you materially speaking in the real world. So instead of inflow with money, this could even be inflow with abundance, inflow with your material world in balance. I think that that's important for you to achieve independently on your own and to not rely on this person who is coming in with that new energy, but to kind of make yourself that Queen of Pentacles first, so that whatever they can offer you and whenever they can offer it to you, it's not contingent upon any pressure because I need it, I have to have it. Again, that lack mindset. And it's more just a matter of, I already have it, and whatever you're giving to me is just enhancing. There's no resistance. There's no, again, stress or pressure, that out of breath, I'm running out of time feeling. I do think this person wants to make changes quickly, even though they can't. It needs to go slow. And I think that you feel that too. I think there's a pressure to do with something involving money or something involving with material security that needs to have your focus right now, but in a balanced way, in a positive aspect, so that you can make those shifts and changes and have things move in a more positive direction going forward. a little more quickly than your person can maybe come in. But these energies can also shift and change in the momentum as well. You do that by getting yourself abundantly and positively aligned, and then see what happens from there. I guarantee, I'm pretty sure I can almost provide a guarantee, because the law of attraction works how it works. If you do these things, if you take this advice, and if you live fearlessly, if you don't worry about what this person's doing right now, and you just focus on your emotion, your intuition, that creator water energy is all about that. If you speak and live in your truth, if you take inspired actions that are aligned with your truth, if you make those changes, pile 3, you're going to see that magic take place. It's going to happen. This person is ready. They're wanting to do this, and they're planning how to go about it. It's just taking some time because there's some logistics and some other things at work. But coming out of this energy of anxiety, and they're purifying and cleansing themselves. They're cleansing and purging what doesn't serve them. They're allowing things to die off, but they're still resistant. They're not resistant. They're a little scared, or, like I said, skittish. They need to live fearlessly as well. They need to just come into it and just go for it and just provide that. But I think that you're a big integral part of that happening. Your energy shifting will make way for this person to completely move through this cycle right now, and to just finish and close it out and move into that new beginning with you. So pile 3, I hope that this helped you. I hope it provided you some clarity and some peace. It was, I think, a good reading, really positive. It probably is the most positively intentioned person, or the strongest energy, but also a sense of urgency, which is interesting. So I think your person wants to come in pretty soon. That Fool energy, they want that new beginning, and I think that they want to make that offer soon, and they definitely want to bridge the gap and at least get communication going. They don't want that distance any longer. So with that said, if you've enjoyed this reading and if it spoke to you, I'd so greatly appreciate you deciding to subscribe to the channel. Right now I'm planning to do videos daily for you if I can. And you subscribing ensures that you receive a notification every time I post. It also gets engagement to my channel, which will help it to be seen by people. Again, I'm a newborn baby, so I need some help here getting my sea legs. But you guys can do that if you go ahead and decide to like, share, subscribe. And it means the world to me if you do. Again, I hope that this has been helpful to you. I'm sending you so much love and positive energy for your connection, that it becomes everything that you want it to and more in the future. And for now, I'm going to tell you, have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.